Feels like only a few days ago I bought Persona 5, but it's actually been a year, which is insane because initially I wasn't convinced at all. I couldn't imagine a turn-based combat with a slice of life aspect, but boy was I wrong. I immediately played it after my last uni exam, but playing it, I was immediately immersed by it. The story, the art style, the music, oh my gosh, the music is so good. The story starts off with an injustice on the protagonist's part for being falsely accused for a crime he didn't commit. The game is basically defeating the evils of this world, or particularly in Tokyo, inspired by real world people. What surprised me the most is the confidant links. It made me appreciate my friends even more, and with the mindset of doing everything that we wanted to do because of whatever happens in 2020, I cherish every moment I have with my friends. But on the flip side, I was also looking for a job since I'll be graduating soon. That's when the doubt started kicking in, but I'll save the sad part for later. Let me tell you a story of how it felt playing Persona 5 Royal parallel to the happiest moments of my life. Right after my last exam, I was able to hang out with a lot of people, whether it be juniors or seniors in my university. It also felt like I reached new heights of friendships with my university friends across the board. There is also a chapter in the game where they take a break and went to the beach while inviting Futaba to the outside world for the first time. Actually, funny story, not long after that, me and my friends actually went to the beach, which just amplified the feelings and emotions I felt, making it more memorable. I also went to my friend's wedding with all of my friends who previously graduated being present, so the dopamine rush was there. We went on a long weekend trip after that. Everything was good, until it wasn't. I tried everything to get a job in that country, with no success. I felt like the world was against me. This was all going on when I was fighting the last boss of the game, Yaba boa, Yaba what? Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. So basically, the antagonist is the representation of humans' wants for control and order while taking away their free will. I actually felt that, while the whole theme of the game is forging your own destiny and rebel against the world. The original ending sees the main character with all his confidence going off to the sunset and having a happy ending. I didn't get the vanilla ending, but I did watch it on YouTube. I thought to myself, why can't I get this happy ending? But that was all before Maruki's castle. Maruki is on another spectrum of giving up control. His aim is to get rid of suffering and pain from humans. But it made me realize that all the character development that I went through with the confidence was gone. I don't recognize my confidence anymore. And that's when it hit me that I should move on and let go. Forge my own path. I played the royal ending after I went home from my graduation trip. If that's not perfect timing, I don't know what is. The royal ending sees the main character going home without his friends, while Maruki became a taxi driver driving people to their destinies instead of forcing his ideals onto people. Because of that ending, I actually made peace with going home to my home country. Remember when I said that I made peace with going home like literally a few seconds ago? Yeah, I lied. The one that made me play Persona 4 Golden was my middle school friends because we met up. We talk about Persona because we both are fans of it. He told me to play Persona 4 Golden, which was on sale during our conversation. Atlus has the perfect timing when it comes to sales, eh? I was not prepared for what I was about to go through. Suddenly, I was all alone. Yes, I have my family surrounding me, but it was such a whip and drastic change to my mentality. So how does this relate to Persona 4? Well, Persona 4 starts off with the protagonist being sent off to a village and forced to live with his relatives. That's how I felt going home. Going home didn't mean going back to my comfort zone as I originally imagined. And after going through my graduation, it just made me sadder because it just reminded me of what I left behind. That is why that to this day, I haven't uploaded my graduation pics. That's the reason. I had to start from zero again in terms of adapting to my surroundings and making new friends. This is not helped by job searching. Before going home, I had a net support of close friends and community, but all that disappeared. Persona 4's social links actually helped me go through some of the phases that I went through over the year. The characters that really spoke to me were Yukiko, Adachi, Daisuke and Shu. Daisuke's main conflict is that he has the fear of revealing his true self to other people, and he just broken up with his girlfriend. And honestly, I can relate to him because over the years I've always been rejected and I've never been in a relationship. This is the first time that I confessed to a girl in over a decade. And even though it didn't go as I imagined, I'm also grateful because it opened my eyes that I was not ready to take care of another person. I would have regretted more with what if situations than if I did nothing at all. Daisuke concluded that if people have a problem accepting him for his true self, then it is their problem. And I honestly can relate, because if I meet the right person, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It also goes for my job, because going into a job that is not compatible with you is going to be torturing for yourself. Moving on to Shu's character. Shu's character resonated with me during my job search because getting rejected over and over again caused me to have the biggest imposter syndrome of my life. I still have my journal, and when I reread it again, it's quite depressing because I thought that I don't deserve the love of my family because I keep getting rejected because I couldn't find a job. I was getting worried even though I was fine. None of my parents ever scolded me or shamed me for getting rejected by a company. Basically, I was putting my identity into whether I got a job or not. It was just anxiety getting to me. There was a lot of sleepless nights during that time. And after that, I got into an internship because of my family connection. And I felt ashamed, like Yukiko. It's because I felt like I was given a silver platter and just have an unfair advantage on my life. And I also felt like I lost control of my life due to desperation. But I'm so grateful for this internship because I made unexpected friends. It opened my eyes that I was not sad because of being rejected. I was sad because I did not have friends to open up with, make jokes with, laugh with, hang out with. It gave me what I needed without me realizing. So for those who don't know, Shu's character's conflict is that he is afraid that getting lower grades would make his mother not love him anymore. And for Yukiko's conflict is that she will inherit her family's inn. And she just felt like she lost control of her life and she didn't have a choice in the matter. And for Adachi, I feel like anyone could have turned to become Adachi because of all the previous experiences and social links. The only difference is that Adachi didn't go through any of the social links. He wasn't grateful that he was stationed at Inaba. He never looks at the positive in life, as in thinking nobody cared for him and thinking the world is unfair because he worked hard and ended up in a small village instead of somewhere more prestigious. After going through my job search, honestly, I could relate to Adachi. Job searching is one of the most infuriating, frustrating, excruciating, and all other synonyms in the dictionary as a fresh grad. It dehumanized you and made me hate companies and the world even more.
It's just dull and annoying as hell. No one accepts that's the way things are. They're just stuck with it because they can't deny it either. Those who actually succeed in life, they just happen to be born with a magic ticket called talent. If you don't have it, you can either accept or deny that fact until you die. That's your only choice. Once you realize that, all you have left in life is despair, the ultimate game over. Wouldn't it be better if that kind of reality was wiped away?
Ironically, the day that I gave up on my job search is the day that I got a job offer. But in the midst of it all, I once thought that when I die, no one would care. No one would bat an eye. No one would come for my funeral. That's how I felt during my lowest point. I was on denial that I was fine through it all. And Persona 4 taught me to embrace my insecurities, like embracing your shadows, because I could have ended up like Adachi. The ending of Persona 4 paralleled with the ending of my internship, with a heartfelt goodbye and everyone there telling me to visit them whenever possible. Felt straight out of a video game, badamts. Okay, moving on to my next stage of life, my first job. This new job, I have nothing to complain about honestly, but that doesn't get rid of the fact that I cannot connect with the people. I understand their language and words, but I don't understand them at the same time. They have inside jokes, cultural jokes that flew over my head all the time. They ask me to hang out, but I'm not emotionally there. I felt like a speck of dust in this giant dirt ball called Earth. I tried my best to engage with them to no prevail. I actually wrote in my journal that adults don't have friends and that I should just embrace this fact. And Persona 3 Reload got released not long before my birthday, and surprise, I actually got this game as a birthday gift. Just like in the game, I was borderline experiencing apathy syndrome. I started asking, what is the point? Are we doomed to continue working for the rest of our life? To what end? Just overall demotivated. But playing the game reminded me that no matter who you are, you will always have an impact on other people. Since the game's theme is death, all the characters in the game has dealt with loss or death. The one who impacted me the most was Akinari. In a way, I felt the same with how insignificant or how hard it is to find joy in life. Obviously, I'm perfectly healthy with no hereditary disease that would kill me, but I kinda understand him in a way. The game also taught me to live for others and not only for yourself, especially Aigis' final speech.
The wind. It feels so nice. I admit, I'm finally noticing the beauty of spring. It's wonderful. And yet, without exception, each and every season will come to an end. We fought side by side. We faced the world's end. And now, I'm finally beginning to understand what it was I'd been searching for. I always wondered what it really meant to live. Now I think it's following your heart, fighting for what you can change, and accepting the things you can't. Nothing on this earth lasts forever. Every life will one day fizzle out. That holds true for all of us, and as soon as you come to terms with it, you realize something. You see what really matters, and find out what it is that gives your life meaning. When I learned that I wasn't strong enough, I was tormented by it. Now I understand why. Protecting others is the duty I was given. But to me, it was more than an obligation. At some point, it became something I wanted to do for myself. Once I decided to try and prevent the fall, something inside me clicked. When I thought about how I might never see you again, that's when I first understood what mattered to me the most. And so, I made up my mind. What I want is to protect you from now until the end of time. I want to stay by your side. And I know I'm not the only one out there who could do this. But still, I want to. Because I'm positive, if I do it for you, then nothing's a waste. My life will have meaning. So, thank you. Sorry, what's gotten into me? It's good. I finally found a reason to live. So why am I...
Made me cry my eyes out, and death will always have an impact on someone's life, whether be it positive or negative. It is important to make full use of your time left, especially with the people you love. This game as a gift reminded me that I still have people caring for me, especially the ending shot. Sometimes we just forget that we do have people around us, especially facing this cruel world alone. So for viewers out there, there are people who still care about you and live life to the fullest, just like Akinari's mom.
Today is my son's, Akinari's birthday. He'd be 20 if he was still alive. Only 19 years. It was too soon. He was almost an adult, but he never made it. Akinari had a genetic disease. I'm completely healthy, but him... The doctors detected it when he was born. They knew he wouldn't live to see adulthood. Every day, I worried whether he'd wake up the next morning. I blamed myself for what he inherited. But he said something to me near the end. I'm sorry to have brought so much pain into your life, Mother. I'm glad that I was born into this world. I'm glad to have been your son. Thank you for the life you've given me. He suffered so much, and yet he still said that to me. But Akinari brought me so much happiness too. Feeling his warmth as I carried him in my arms after he was born. Those tiny hands. That first smile. Hearing his breathing as he slept at night. Every day, I was so grateful he was alive. Every day, I found new joy in him. Now, I'm so alone, and there's nothing I can do. But my boy gave me so much. I have to keep going, looking straight ahead. That's how I want to live. I'll eat the finest foods, visit the most exotic places. I'll do everything, absolutely everything that Akinari couldn't. I'll have so many stories to tell him about the things I've done on that day. When we meet again on the other side, if I didn't have that to look forward to, I don't know how I could go on.
In closing, am I now having no anxiety? Nope. Am I fulfilled now? Not exactly. But I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. You're not the only one facing this. And yes, adulthood sucks, working sucks. But hey, that's just life. And whatever we go through, it's just gonna make us stronger in the end. Persona helped me change my perspective on life. While it is only a band-aid, but at least it kept me going in life. Also, shout out to Fast, LadyVirgilla, Nam's Compendium, and Hiding in Private for giving more depth to the game and look beyond the surface and just giving content for Persona fans to enjoy. Go watch them, by the way. Thank you for watching. And as for the next video, I don't know yet.